Hello, welcome to my alternative channel, Anti-War. And on Anti-War, we are looking at a flavored malt beverage, Smirnoff Ice Pineapple Lemonade. 4.5% alcohol, all the ones in the neon pack, they call it the neon pack. They're all 4.5%. So low ABV, well, mid-range ABV. I guess low would be like 4.2 or less. Malt beverage with natural flavors and certified color. So that means food coloring, certified by the U.S. government as safe for human consumption. Okay, so you can see it. It's a bright, you can see what I call it, neon, right? Looks like it's a party bulb. Translucent greenish orange, greenish yellow, sort of a pineapple drink looking thing. So they're showing a lemon and pineapple chunks. So obviously natural lemon flavor, natural pineapple flavor, or these flavors that taste like lemon and pineapple that are natural. Brewed and canned by the Smirnoff Company, Plainfield, Illinois. You've got Smirnoff in cursive there on the side, Smirnoff. Introduced 2022, this new pack. Now, I think some of these flavors have been around. They didn't call them lemonade, but they were 4.5%. I don't know. It might be different. Smell like lemonade or pineapple. I mean, really. The taste. Yeah, tart. Very tart. I was asking somebody today, what did they think about? I was mentioning about the apple pear flavor, the new apple pear limited time flavor from Mike's Harder. And she was saying it's very tart, very tart. I said, well, that's how those things are, you know. These drinks are like that. Fruit is like that. Eat fruit is tart, typically. But some people will interpret that as sour and say, oh, it's sour, but it's really not the proper term, I don't think. They'll say sour beers. You can get some beers that say sour. But usually they more like tart than sour. Some people say tart is a type of sourness, but I don't agree. Oh, well, anyway, yeah, so sugary sweet. You know it's going to have a lot of sugar in it. That's why the calories are so high. In this little 12-ounce can, or if you live in a Commonwealth country, 355 milliliter can, it's 182 calories. That's high. And then they show the 4 colors that are used to make the colors on the can. That's the printer reads that. See the color 4-color printing. So you got orange, tan, another orange, and yellow. 2 orange, 1 tan, and 1 yellow. Body's medium, high medium actually. 4.5% alcohol. You think I have a low to medium body, light to medium body. It's really high medium, sort of heavy. I guess because of sugar content. Finish is mostly dry though, so it's not. It doesn't finish sweet and gross. Bitterness, forget it. Oh, it contains hops, all right. A malt beverage by law must contain hops, and it can't just be a trace amount. You know, like put 1 hop in the barrel and say, you know, in the tank and say, oh, we added hops. No, there's a specific rule on it. Don't remember the number. Now, are they using hop extract? Yeah, probably something like that. I'm pretty sure they're not using wet whole cone hops, just freshly picked. They're not using whole hop or even dry whole hop cones or even hop pellets. Probably hop extract, which is a liquid from hops, but it's legal and it's very commonly used in beer. Barley malt, probably malt extract. Another thing, you can buy that if you're a home brewer. Yeah, I review these things, but I don't buy them to drink on a regular basis. I just don't. Of course, I review them so often, maybe I do buy them on a regular basis, not like, on purpose. The can has like a matte finish. It's not glossy. But for what it is, and that's what I rate beers according to what they are. And this is a beer-based product more than an actual beer, but it falls under the beer category because it's not a cider, just something made from apples, a hard cider. You know, it's not a wine, and it's not liquor. However, I will mention that in some states, and you might live in one of those, it's only a few, you might live in one of those states where you buy this product and it's made with vodka, Smirnoff vodka. Some states aren't strict. Louisiana, they could do it here. I guess they just say, we're shipping a bunch down to Texas also, and they're not going to allow it, so we just make it malt based in Louisiana. But they say that on their website. Frequently asked questions. It'll say some of these products, what I'm holding in my hand, are vodka based, depending on the state. Same flavor, I'm sure. Same body, same calorie count, all that. Just a different base. And when you read about how these malt beverages are constructed, they try to make the beer mimic vodka. And what I mean by that is odorless, flavorless, and clear. So the beer itself will just be clear. Or it might be a cloudy gray, like you get in some of the ones that don't contain coloring. I think the Smirnoff Ice Original has no coloring added. So it's that gray, silver gray, powder gray thing. But for what it is, it's very well made. That's all they do at that huge brewery type. It's a brewery, I guess you call it. A drink factory in Plainfield, Illinois. They only make flavored malt beverages. And it opened 5 years ago, I believe it was 2017. And it employs a lot of people. And that's their expertise. That's all they make. And their big competitor, is American Vintage Beverage Group over there in Waddell, Arizona. That just opened last year. And they only make flavored malt beverages there. So, of course, the Smirnoff thing, well, the Smirnoff factory up in Illinois, I think, produces vodka and these. So, or they might just get the vodka from down a ways in Indiana, you see, where they make, in the neighboring state of Indiana, where they have the big distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and they pump out a lot of vodka there. And I think Smirnoff vodka comes from there. Yeah, so let me think about that. Yeah, so they're probably not distilling anything at that Plainfield, Illinois. They bottle a lot of liquor there, though. If you buy like no, I'm thinking of Deerfield, Illinois. Scratch that. It's a lot of Canadian whiskeys bottled there in Deerfield, Illinois. Okay, well, anyway, you almost have to have a notebook with all the facts in there to keep it straight. So for what it is, even though I don't like what it is, but for what it is, and that's how we grade beers, according to the style, not according to our personal preference, which really doesn't make any sense to do that. Because then it's all revolving around you, the reviewer. It's like, oh, everything revolves around me, but it doesn't revolve around you, except in the sense of you reviewing. Yeah, well, yeah, that and your channel, but the products should be independent of that. So here on the anti-war channel, we're going to say, we, meaning me, an A. It's an A for what it is. Well-made product that I would never care to buy. But I would recommend it to people that like these kind of products. And there are millions of people that love these kind of products every day of their life. I don't know how they can tolerate drinking that kind of stuff every day, but yeah, 94. Now, You say, oh, well, you gave Torpedo Extra IPA a 94. You're telling me this is good as Torpedo Extra IPA? It's in the sense of being superb in its class, yes. Obviously, I would drink Torpedo Extra IPA 100 out of 100 opportunities versus this. You understand? I would never pick this over that. And why? Because I prefer the India Pale Ale, the old classic India Pale Ale style over this. Now, those hazy, a lot of the hazy IPAs, especially from the smaller companies, they don't come out so well typically. I wouldn't pick those because they're usually not very good, even in their style. You know, it's not like the style is bad, quote unquote, hazy IPA. It's that they're not good in the style. But I would have to think about it. Now, if it was New Belgium hazy, Voodoo Ranger hazy IPA, yeah, I'd pick that because that's a really well-made product in the style. So, you know, these wouldn't hold a candle to that in my personal preference. It's not a quality issue in that. That's what I mean. It's not a quality issue. It's a personal preference issue. Okay, so anyway, Lazy LA Bon Ton Relay, like I say on the main channel. And I'm going to end this review 94 out of 100 by saying y'all go to Plainfield, Illinois and tour the Smirnoff Company factory. But actually, when you get there, the sign is going to say Diageo because that's part of the Diageo company. All right, thanks, everybody. Just like Guinness, Johnny Walker, Scotch, Crown Royal is all Diageo. All right, thanks, everybody.